Hello cuties, today I'm gonna be showing you how to make this festive makeup for the holidays. I hope that you like it. Today I'm gonna be showing you how I do everything from zero, from prepping my skin until this final look. So I hope that you like it a lot. And by the way guys, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and on my Snapchat so that you will never miss the notifications of when I'm posting a new video, or whenever I can post a video, or whatever I'm doing. I'm always sharing a lot of things in there. So I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching the video, and let's get right into it. So the first thing that I do whenever I'm going to apply my makeup is that I first wash my face, I exfoliate, and then I start with the prep. Before I used to use primers, but now I don't use them anymore because I see that every time that I try to use a primer, I kind of like break out. So now I don't use primers, and I feel that I have less breakouts with that. So what I do is that after I wash my face and it's dry and everything, what I do is that I use a moisturizer. The moisturizer that I'm currently using is this one. It's one that I bought at Whole Foods, and I have been trying it and it doesn't break me out or anything, so that's why I use it. So I just take a little bit of the moisturizer and put it on my skin. Another thing that I like to do whenever I do my makeup is that I always use sunscreen. The one that I'm currently using is this one. I like this one because, again, I feel like that it doesn't break out my skin, and it actually says that it's for skin that tends to break out, so this is why I use it. Whenever I do my makeup, I just try to use things and to do things in a way that it will keep me away from the breakouts, because that just feels horrible, you know it. Like now I have a couple of blemishes on my face, but I don't have like those huge pimples as I normally get them sometimes. So I just try to stay away from things that cause me that. So I just shake it well, and I just take like about this little. Normally I like to apply this wherever I have like the most dark spots. Another thing that I always like to do is to exfoliate my lips, because if not they get kind of crusty and the lipstick doesn't look good on. So I always use this dark lip exfoliator, and I like it a lot because it tastes good, it smells good, and it does the job. After I have exfoliated my lips, what I do is that I apply a little bit of chaps. I can't say that word. This is just to keep my lips from getting dry. And that's how I prep my skin. So the next thing that I always like to do is my brows. I always do my brows before my foundation, unless that my skin is like super ugly and I don't want to show it out. But whenever I'm in private, what I do is that I always start with my brows, because that way I don't get the mess around the foundation or whatever. What I use for that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade in the color dark brown. And I also use this little brush that has this pulley and the angle brush on the side. This one is from e.l.f. I think that it was like $4 or $3. I'm gonna put the camera a little bit closer so that you can see all the details of what I'm doing. I have a new camera, can you tell? So I just go ahead and take a little bit of this from the pot, and then I just brush my hairs up to get them out of the way, because I don't want them to be like in the middle of the thing that I'm doing. So I start by kind of like drawing a line under my brow, and I always like to lift my brows up like this, and then make the line all the way till the end. Yeah, so there you can see that I have the line in there. Now I'm going to brush the hairs down, and I'm gonna make a line on the top, but this time I'm not gonna make it like from the beginning, like from here, because if you make it there it's gonna get too dark. And there you can see kind of like the shape of the brow. Now what I like to do is to brush that product down. This is kind of like to mix it with the hairs that are there. Then what I like to do is that I just like to take whatever is left in the brush, and I just like push it up like this, and I just keep on adding more and more until the whole area is covered. Then whenever I'm getting like closer to the beginning, if it gets too dark, I just like brush it up, and I pass my finger like this to clean any excess. As you can see, they are filled in, but you still have to clean it up, and this is what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna use the concealer to finally give it the shape that I want. For my concealers, I'm gonna be using two today. I'm gonna be using the Burn This Way concealer in Deep Tan, and I'm gonna be using the Tarte Shape Tape in Medium. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of both of them, and I'm gonna mix them together, just because one is too dry and the other one is too wet, and I just like how they combine together. I'm gonna take this little concealer brush, and I just have it here, and I'm just going to mix it, and I'm just going to clean up my brow. And there you can see I just made a straight line on the bottom, and I always like to take it more farther in this way because it just makes everything look better. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the end and on the top. And there you can see how the concealer is applied. I always take the same brush and I always just blend it, like going to the back, being careful not to get the concealer on the hairs. What I do after I have my brows done is that I just apply a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills gel just to keep the hairs in place. Now I'm going to move on into the foundation. This is my favorite foundation by now. This is by L'Oreal and I love this foundation. Lately I have been trying to stick to matte foundations and this one works just perfect because it's super easy to apply and everything. So what I do is that I just apply with like little dots like this. And normally what I do is that I take a brush like this. This is from BH Cosmetics and I just blend that around my face. Some people who like to tap like this, but I just like to go in circles because I don't know if it works better for me. I'm going to apply a little bit more just because I am a coverage freak. So here you can see the coverage of the foundation. This is actually the foundation that I use every day, like every day. I have been using this foundation for like 4 years now. It looks super natural and it doesn't look invasive. You don't look like plastic. You look like that you have your own skin on, and that's what I like about it. And also I have been using it for a long time and I don't feel like that it makes my skin break out. Like whenever I try another foundation, that's when I break out really bad. Like when I have those really big bumps. Like I was using the MAC foundation, the Studio Fix, for a while. You know it if you have seen my makeup videos. And that one used to break me out a lot. And I actually bought a new one and I think that I'm just going to return it. I'm gonna be using the same two concealers. What I like to do with this Tarte concealer is that I always concentrate on only one area, because if you put it like all over your face and then you try to blend it, it just dries out. So I always put it first in an area and then I move on to the other one. And for this I do like to tap it on because I just feel that it looks better like that. Is that it makes your face look more narrow and it makes it look like that you have more cheekbones and more everything going on in there. For this eye look, I'm gonna be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. Okay guys, so now I'm going to show you how I do my eye looks up close. Whenever you're applying this type of dark colors, just go ahead and apply the color and blend it until you feel like that there's no more in the brush. I'm gonna have the tape here because I want to have a sharp line like in this one. So I like to use the tape because it kind of like gives it the eyeliner effect without it. So that's why I like it. I don't know if you're like me, but whenever I feel like that I can't get to a corner, I start turning my head like this, like Just trying to find the right angle.